Shalom, shalom, all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Yacham, Kodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, and salutations to all you sincere Akim out there that are pushing this truth. Alright, so this is your brother Apara One, and I'm back with another video. And this will basically be a little bit of a local, video for my now, I don't know for the Nigerian jigs, alright, because this is not something that is, too what's what I'm looking for. It's not something that is too important as concerning world news. In fact, it's a very old article from 2010, but it's showing you, alright, concerning the current way, the current situation on the earth right now, alright. And let me just do this, okay? Let me just bring out this article. Alright, a little bit of news, because the next batch of stab and jabs that are going to be brought into this country is going to be and here you see, here it is. This is what I was looking for. Here it is. It's going to be from the self same company, the big one. Alright, this the big stab and jab company, the PF. Let me just put it like that, alright. And this is the article right here. Nigerians will receive 4 million doses of the PF vaccine next month. And this is July. So that was last month. This article was written in July, on July 14, 2021. So that was last one. And this is just a warning for you people out here that still think that, oh, it's just a stab, this is go that this is good for me to help me to prevent the infection and to help me to protect myself from the infection. But that's basically, the mind state of a lot of people out here, right? Because that, there's the percentage of people that still refuse to take this stab, okay? But there's still a great another percentage of people that, are 100% willing to take it and take the boosters and take whatever else that, Esau puts on their table. And with the way that, they are pushing this thing so heavily, it should make you suspicious in that thing itself should make you suspicious of it. But it's already been proven 1,000, 1,000,000 times over that these things are not for your health, okay? They are not for your good, alright? If it wasn't for the fact that it is your enemy that is producing these things, alright? It's your enemy that is making them and shipping them to you, because majority of these stab and jabs, alright, they've already been bought and paid for by, various Edomite governments and being shipped and distributed worldwide to be used by all these nations. And then information is being brought out constantly on a weekly, monthly basis, okay, frequently, that it's not worth it, okay. Taking this stab, it's not about stopping the spread or curing the infection or anything like that. It's about control. It's about putting that mRNA, gene changing fluid, those waters into your body, because that's exactly what he's trying to do. Put those gene changing waters into your body to warm up your body for you know, the next thing that's coming up, the Marco. You're right. That's what it's all about in this situation right now. And this is an article, a blast from the past concerning this self same company, all right, the PF. And it reads WikiLeaks cables. PF use dirty tricks to avoid clinical trial payout. Cables say drug giants hire investigators to find evidence of corruption on Nigerian Attorney General to persuade him to drop legal action. The world's biggest pharmaceutical company, and there you have it right there. That should be a buzzword right there. The world's biggest pharmaceutical company, in other words, big pharma, right? And anybody that has heard that term already knows what it's about. The pharmaceutical companies, especially the large ones. And what I want to do is I want to get that word pharmaceutical. But basically, what that means, okay, what big pharma means is what is Those are Esau's magicians, all right? Because you go into the words sorcery in the scriptures. The word sorcery literally translates in the Greek to pharmakeia, okay? Pharmakeia. And that word, and basically what these pharmaceuticals are, pharmaceutical companies, big pharma, these various company names that you see right now producing these tabs, they are sorcerers, okay? These are Esau's Chaldeans, as the scripture says, call now your Chaldeans, your soothsayers, your monthly prognosticators. And this is part of Esau's witchcraft. This is part of Esau's sorcery and his beast system and his magic. These people that are mixing these potions and putting it in you. Because what you have to understand is that, all right, what Esau calls science, what he claims is science, is nothing more than his left hand miracles. In other words, his left hand magic to cause fire to come down from heaven, to heal the sick through medicine, whether it's through surgery, all right. It is still all parts of it's still all part of his sorceries, all right. Because at the end of the they'll be all right. Because at the end of the day, if you really go into the different methods involved in doing these things, it's no different from it's not different from casting spells. It's not different from mixing potions, mixing chemicals together, making potions and all that. Okay, so let me just get this word pharmaceutical, and the word is of or relating to or relating or engaged in pharmacy or the manufacturing and sales of pharmaceutical. In other words, relating to pharmacy, and this word pharmacy goes back to the Greek word pharmakeia, which means sorcery. All right, so when you see big pharma, it's basically Esau's largest witch coven, because that's what these pharmacists, these doctors, these scientists that make these drugs that are being distributed all over the earth are, okay, because that's what those drugs are, pills and potions, right? So pharmacy, and it reads the arts, practice, or profession of preparing or preserving, compounding, and dispensing medical drugs. So let me get this as well, the etym of the word, just to prove it, just to bring it out, because it's been a long time since I've gone into that etymology, man. And brother, I haven't been speaking about it too much because it's already a foregone conclusion. It's already something that we've decided and elected that everybody should know. So this is the word pharmacy right here. So what I want to get is where it's at. Where it's at. Yeah, it is. Okay, okay. I see it. Slakia. I think what I should have been looking for was sorcery, not sorcery. But anyway, let me just get the definition before I go into a different word. And it's pharmacy. And what I want to get the one they go into the Greek, from the Greek pharmakeia, a healing or harmful medicine, a healing or poisonous herb, a drug, poisonous potion, magic potion, dye, raw material for physical or chemical processing. Alright, and that's another point right there, okay? Just because they call it medicine doesn't mean it is good for your health. Because guess what? A medicine can also be poisonous to you. Alright? It's not the medicine aren't only beneficial but also poisonous. When they call something a herb, when they call something a drug, it doesn't just mean that it is good or it is healing to you. It can also be poison to you. All right. So the same people that create these herbs for healing also create herbs for poison, also create poisons to you, and that's why companies like industries like the CDC, the WHO, they have catalogs of different viruses and bacteria in their headquarters. Okay, these different viruses that they say that, oh, it's been eradicated in the modern world, the measles, the smallpox, and the like, they still have them in their headquarters and can easily cause another outbreak. And why do they have them there? They'll claim that are studying them to make better cures for them, but still actually they're just cataloging and controlling these diseases so that whenever they want to, they can release an outbreak, because it always boils down to the same thing with these devils, that God complex. All right. So continuing. Oh, here it is. I thought I would have to go and start looking for it again, but I guess they already just put it down here. The second paragraph. This is from Pharmakeos, Pharmakis. a preparer of drugs, a poisoner, a sorcerer. From Pharmacon, a drug, a poison, filter, charm, spell, enchantment. All right. So basically, that's telling you. Basically, Esau is telling you already what he is dealing in. I already know who Esau Edom is. All right. So when you have an idea of what these devils are, that's when you start to fear any drug that they bring out. Because whenever, and I'll be completely candid right here, whenever I get sick, okay, which of course is already rare in and of itself, and I have to go to Isoidom for their medicine, for medicine, all right, because because the herbs that I usually need for the healing aren't always easily accessible for me in this country, man. But as I was saying, whenever I have to go to these devils and take their poisons and in order to get myself some healing, it's always a situation of 50-50, man, because all these medicines that he always gives you has long lasting, has what's what I'm looking for, side effects, all right, has a chance to completely change, has a chance to cause some serious side effects to your body. From the simple what's that medicine again, the painkillers, the ibuprofens, the ones that reduce swelling and all that, of course, which of course I don't really take those. The major ones I take is when the sickness really gets to the point where I have, to the point where I have no choice but to take Easter's pills, man, which of course is already bad in and of itself. Not willing, I get a little better at mixing the herbs. Maybe if you know a brother that can point to help me with that situation. All right, but back to the lesson. The main point is this: that these devils, these sorcerers, these magicians, all right, they spread their poison, you know, on Jake. And this was during 1996, all right, when a outbreak of a certain other infection was pouring through, this country, right? I wasn't even born back then, but anyway, going into it, all right, we just went through the word pharmaceutical. That was a buzzword in and of itself, and we explained how that word is sorcerer, and the word pharma and the word big pharma does not always, and the word big pharma and the medicines that these devils produce, it does not always mean beneficial to your health or good for your health, because a medicine can also be poisonous. All right, so continuing from this. So continuing, next paragraph now. Pfizer was sued by Nigerian state and federal authorities who claimed that children were harmed by a new antibiotic Trovan during the trial, which took place in the middle of a meningitis epidemic of unprecedented scale in Kano in the north of Nigeria in 1996. Right, so this is what happened. Various nations have sued a lot of these companies that produce these vaccinations, the big ones being Nigeria and India. Right, India was a polio situation, and here in Nigeria also a meningitis, and also we also have a polio situation here in Nigeria. As these stabs are being used to cure, but it's also being brought out at the same time that a lot of these stabs have have created a new strain of that polio. All right, showing you what these devils are doing, man. And it's no surprise, you would be surprised to find out that one of these variants of this current infection was actually created from the stab. I wouldn't be surprised to find out that that actually happens, because there's a lot of information coming out daily concerning how unsafe these things actually are, which is why you have medical professionals, and I've been seeing actual papers about this, letters being sent to them that they have until October, until November to get their to get their this thing passports in. All right, to get to schedule their appointments to get their to get their stabs in, or they will be fired, because these mandates are already going down. He's already bringing down the hammer. All right. Revelation 12 verse 12 is coming, baby. Right? I ask you right now while I'm dancing, all right, because that let all hell break loose so that we can finally get the hell out of this prison. All right. So continuing on, last year, which of course would be 2009, all right, because this article was written in 2010, the company came to a tentative settlement with the Kano state government, which was to cost it 75 million. But the cable suggests that the U.S. drug giants and the cable that is going into is a WikiLeaks cable, right? Did not want to pay out to settle the two cases, one civil and one criminal, brought by the Nigerian federal government. So I'm going to stop it right there. And basically, the summary is that there was that the defense, the justice or the defense justice or the, I've forgotten the term that they use. So, like, yeah, the justice or the defense justice. So, like, I think it's up here. The no 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 it is the I've forgotten his name, but they put his name. Okay, the name is his name was Michael Awondoaka. So like, I don't know how to pronounce that, but basically was the defense justice of Nigeria during that period, right? Which is all right, 2007 to 2010. Okay, which he was one that was leading that lawsuit, and basically what Pfizer, and that's the name of the company right there. What Pfizer did was that he put hands on them. Okay, they put up an investigation to find out his different corrupt practices, because you know how these third world countries, especially the leaders in Israelite nations, are with their corruption, with their unrighteous dealings with Esau Edom. So Esau Edom just pulled out one of the many catalogs that they have on these politicians, and that's what they use to cause them to drop the charges. Okay, that is how, if you ever wonder how Esau has control over so many nations and how he can push his mandates and his laws so easily on various nations, this is exactly how you you bribe or you blackmail one corrupt politician, and then that is and then he goes and sets forth a bill and does the exact same thing to all the other corrupt politicians, especially here in Nigeria, where corruption is so deeply rooted into the politics that it will be so easy to make all these lawmakers, legislators, these House representatives, these Senates to be able to bend to your will with one simple phone call. Because that's basically how it is, man. This nation is already that's why how all these nations are ruled by Esau Edom. And this is the democracy that people will swear up and down, and this is this is the best way to rule. When in all actuality, all it does is that it gives, it turns a sovereign, what's supposed to be a sovereign people into a province. All right, province that is into a province that is being controlled by the international bankers. All right, your Rothschilds and the like. And guess who has a major share in these different in these different big pharma, CDC, WHO? Yeah, that's right. A company that is being run by a company that is being run by one of these elite banking families, because that's how they work. The I've forgotten what the term that they use for it. But anyway, that's beside the point. It's just going to get the child now. It's time to get some scriptures. All right. Let me get something concerning the sorcery of Esau Edom. Sorcery, through the multitude of his sorceries. I don't think it's this precept. The multitude of the sorceries. Here it is. I'll start with this one. Isaiah the 47th chapter. So I want to. Alright, I'll start from verse Isaiah 47, verse 12, and it reads, Stand now with thine enchantments and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. If so be, thou shalt be able to profit. If so be, thou mayest prevail. Thou art wearied in the multitude of thy counsels. Let now the astrologers, the stargazers, the monthly prognosticators stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee. So basically, what's happening here is that the Most High is mocking Esau Edom, alright? He's telling him that if he trusts in what has given him this power, which is, of course, is his lies, his deceits, his sorceries, his magic, okay? This the treacherous dealings, right? Which is of course is all part of Esau's blessings, the sword, the deceit, the sorceries, all right, that he has used all in the past, from poisoning our people, which of course is something that you go into the smallpox blankets with Native Americans, all right. He's gonna started all this all chemical warfare, biological warfare, the crack epidemic in the 70s, I believe. All right, and that is showing you how these devils have used these their different sorceries and enchantments now to poison our people. The same thing with this with this the the stab trials that he's bringing out right now. That's why he's so adamant on making sure that so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans get the large get the largest dose, or the highest dose of these stabs. And he's always putting these people, our people, all right, whether it's from the NBA or the NFL, in the forefront of the people that are resisting these stabs, when actuality, man, the people that are resisting it even more than Jake is are these Edomites, the Bible Belt Edomites, because you go into all these people that are bringing out information concerning the stab and jab, you go into all these people that are telling you why you shouldn't take the stab, telling you that, oh, the stab is the MOTB. It's always being led or headed by, these so-called, Bible Belt, Bible thumping type Edomites, all right? Because these are the true people that are resisting Esau's kingdom. Because that's funny, man. You are the at the top of the top of the top, the foremost people resisting Esau's kingdom are the Hebrew Israelites, right? The men that are on the highways and byways doing this work. And then the second is the Edomites. Your own people, and this is what the scriptures talk about when it says that the Egyptian shall be against the Egyptian, and Satan shall be divided against itself. Because right now you have Edomites against Esau against Esau. Now it's understandable, that we, the Israelites, will be against this wicked society. But even your own people, even your fellow devils, are so strongly, staunchly against this kingdom. They are trying to unionize and rebel against this place. All right. So the Most High is telling Esau that in the situation that he is in right now, where his kingdom is about to go down, that he should trust in the same blessings, the same things that had given him his kingdom in the first place, which would be once his blessings, his sword, deceit, his philosophies and his doctrines. That trust in them and see, maybe you might have the chance to prevail, you might have the chance to be able to succeed, but in all actuality, it's not going to help you, all right? All of this deceit will be cut off. Even the scriptures talk about that. So let me go to that. That's pride shall be cut off, deceit shall be cast down, and the truth. Let me bring that out. Because that's what is coming out in these last days, man. The truth. No longer you know no longer can this truth be hid anymore, because right now it is because right now the truth is coming out in the form of prophecy. So let me bring this out. So this is the book of Second Esdras 6 verse 27, and it reads, "For evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched. As for faith, it shall flourish. Corruption shall be overcome, and the truth, which hath been so long without fruit, shall be declared." And that's right, okay, because right now, through the faith in Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, through our faith in Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, through our belief in the Most High and His Son, and through our righteousness, the kingdom of Esau, Edom, the kingdom of the wicked, the foundations of the wicked are being thrown down, are being cast down, and the pillars of righteousness are being raised up and magnified in these times. Okay. So yeah, let me just end it right there. I just wanted to bring out this article, go into some precepts, but let me just get this before I close out. I always love to bring this out whenever we're speaking about Esau and his pharmakias, his sorceries. So this is the book of Job 13 verse 4. "But ye are forgers of lies, ye are all physicians of no value." So with that, I'm going to end it right there and give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahweh Shai, Ba'asham, Chak, Madash. one abad babal, and through the Spirit, I help you akim you akwat or edified. Shalom.